Respect is not given, it is commanded. The world senses strength, presence, and certainty in a man before he even speaks. But in a society where most men are drained, distracted, and hesitant, true authority has become rare. Semen retention reverses this weakness, forging a presence that cannot be ignored. When your energy is intact, your aura shifts, your posture straightens, your voice deepens, and your gaze holds weight. People feel it before they even understand it. You walk into a room, and without saying a word, others recognize that you are not a man to be disrespected. It's not aggression, not intimidation, just undeniable, unshakable presence. This transformation happens because retention activates the aura brain, the subconscious force that determines how others perceive you. When your energy is depleted, your presence is weak, and people subconsciously treat you as such. But when retention fuels your mind and body, everything about you becomes sharper. Your reactions, your instincts, your decisions. You no longer hesitate, no longer second guess. This certainty radiates in every interaction, making you a man others respect without question. At the peak of this power, disrespect becomes impossible because no one dares to challenge a man who moves with absolute confidence and purpose. Here is how it happens on a fundamental level. Section 1. Social status perception. Respect is rarely about words, it's about signals. The way you carry yourself, the way you move, even the smallest facial expressions all send a message about your social status. Most men unconsciously display submissive micro-expressions, darting eyes, tense shoulders, weak posture, cues that signal uncertainty and invite disrespect. Semen retention eliminates these involuntary signals, restoring a primal confidence that others recognize instantly. Without saying a word, you project an aura of certainty, strength, and self-respect that forces people to treat you accordingly. The mind and body are linked. When energy is drained, hesitation, self-doubt, and insecurity become hardwired into your nonverbal communication. A slight downturn of the lips, an unnecessary blink, the subtle stiffening of the shoulders. These are all unconscious displays of submission that tell the world you can be ignored, overlooked, or even challenged. But when retention restores your internal power, these signals vanish. Your presence becomes sharper, your movements more deliberate, your facial expressions composed. People no longer look past you, they acknowledge you. Social status is a game of perception. Even before a single word is spoken, people decide where you stand in the hierarchy. When you practice semen retention, your own self-perception transforms first, and others follow. You see yourself as a dominant force, a leader, an authority. So the world adjusts. Conversations shift. Strangers treat you with deference. Even those who once dismissed you sense that something has changed. This is not ego, it is the natural result of an aligned mind and body. Respect is not forced, it is earned through energy, presence, and certainty. Most men try to command respect with aggression, loudness, or forced dominance, but this only exposes their insecurity. True presence requires no overcompensation. Retention rewires your subconscious behaviors, ensuring that everything you do naturally radiates control. People sense it in your steady eye contact, in the relaxed strength of your voice, in the way you take up space without seeking validation. This is why powerful men never have to demand respect. It's simply given. Even in confrontation, those who retain do not overreact or appear threatened. A depleted man is easily triggered, emotionally unstable, and reactive, traits that signal weakness. But a man with preserved energy does not flinch. His body language remains firm, his facial expressions remain calm, and his gaze remains unshaken. This unnerves those who seek to test him, making them second-guess their actions. Respect is not about avoiding conflict, It's about neutralizing the need for it through sheer presence. When retention is mastered, social status becomes effortless. People defer to your opinion. They listen when you speak. Even those who once challenged you begin to tread carefully. This is not magic. It is biology. Energy, certainty, and unwavering presence change the way the world treats you. You no longer need to prove yourself, argue, or fight for respect. You simply exist as a man who is recognized and acknowledged because there is no other option. Section 2. Neurochemical Edge. Respect is not just a matter of confidence, it is encoded in biology. When a man's hormonal profile is weak, his body and mind betray him, making him appear timid, uncertain, or unworthy of attention. Semen retention strengthens key neurochemicals responsible for dominance, presence, and influence, rewiring the brain for social command. The difference between a man who is overlooked and a man who is respected comes down to neurochemistry, and retention sharpens it to perfection. Testosterone is the backbone of masculine presence, but without androgen receptor sensitivity, high testosterone means nothing. Retention increases androgen receptor efficiency, allowing your body to fully utilize its testosterone levels. This enhances controlled aggression, deepens vocal tonality, and reinforces unwavering eye contact, all subconscious signals of high-status males throughout history. The result? You carry yourself with effortless authority, commanding respect without saying a word. Cortisol, the stress hormone, is the greatest enemy of social dominance. When cortisol levels spike, the body enters submission mode, triggering physiological reactions like fidgeting, nervous speech, avoiding eye contact, and second-guessing words before speaking. These subtle behaviors make men easy targets for disrespect. Retention minimizes cortisol spikes, keeping your nervous system in a state of controlled power. Instead of appearing uneasy, you radiate calm intensity, unshaken, unreadable, and in control. There is a hidden force that determines how men hold space in social environments. Vasopressin, the neuropeptide linked to territorial dominance. When retention is practiced, vasopressin levels increase, reinforcing boundary-setting behavior and an instinctive ability to command respect. Men high in vasopressin are not easily dismissed. Their presence is felt, their authority is recognized, and their energy asserts dominance without force. This is why people instinctively acknowledge those who retain, even without understanding why. The modern world conditions men into submission through overstimulation, weak dopamine cycles, and emotional instability. Semen retention reverses this, rebuilding the neurochemical blueprint of a man designed to lead, not follow. Your voice no longer wavers, your posture no longer collapses, and your interactions no longer carry hesitation. Every word you speak, every glance you give, every step you take is executed with unshakable certainty because your biology is aligned with your purpose. At the highest level, retention optimizes the brain and body for dominance, ensuring that your presence alone commands respect. This is not about intimidation, arrogance, or forced aggression. It is about standing so firm in your energy that the world has no choice but to recognize your power. Men with weak neurochemistry struggle to be heard, seen, or respected. Men who retain carry an aura that no one dares to challenge. Section 3. Behavioral recalibration. Powerful men do not react, they respond. The difference is everything. Most men, when confronted with disrespect, let their emotions take control. They get defensive, overcompensate, or try to prove themselves, unknowingly playing into the hands of those testing them. Semen retention enhances prefrontal cortex regulation, ensuring that emotions never override strategy. Instead of reacting impulsively, you assess, calculate, and respond with precision. This is the trait of true dominance, unshakable composure. A man who cannot control his emotions is a man who can be manipulated. Whether it's in business, relationships, or social dynamics, those who react impulsively are predictable, and predictability is weakness. Retention shifts you from emotionally driven reactions to logically calculated responses. You no longer flinch at disrespect, nor do you feel the need to prove anything. Instead, you respond only when necessary, and always in a way that reinforces your authority. In conflict, weak men escalate, while strong men neutralize. Most misunderstand dominance as aggression, but true dominance is the ability to end conflict without force. Retention sharpens this ability by refining your nonverbal cues, tone, and timing, so that even in the face of confrontation, your presence alone sets the boundary. People may test you, but they will quickly realize you are not the man to push. At its peak, semen retention transforms your behavior into a force of calculated control. Disrespect no longer phases you, because you understand that the most powerful man in the room is the one who needs to do the least to assert himself. Your energy speaks for itself, your actions command respect, and your silence carries more weight than words ever could.